What was Princess Di like?
Princess Di. I had received a fax. In those days we didn't have emails. Also, it was in 1996 on her Asian tour. I received an fax from Kensington Palace. And I thought it was one of my friends playing a prank. The HRH, Princess Diana, would like to have request your services for her Asian tour, And I looked and I sent back and said, sure, let's go clubbing as well, blah, blah, blah. I had a phone call within seconds from Government House in Hong Kong, and they said, are you out of your mind? Oops. Oops wasn't the word that came to my mind. And when she arrived, eventually I was briefed how I should address Her Royal Highness. And I had, of course, I opened the door and I said, you're something or other. I said, no, that's not me, that's my mother-in-law. I'd already made the second faux pas, And I went inside. It was at the Mandarin Hotel. And I went inside and she said to me, now, Kim, please don't do anything new with me, because I'm here for my Asian tour to do a charity. Please don't change it too much because I don't want any press about my hair. And I said, okay, yes. And she goes, and I did her hair very slick and smooth, and of course I did my thing. And she said to me, you're amazing, you're so quick, you're so good, you so get it, la 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 la. And I said, oh, thank you, And she goes to me, can you come with me to Tokyo? Can you come to me to, can you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, sure, does anyone say no to you? And she goes, yes. And I said, who? She goes, my husband. And I said, oh my God, there must be a camera somewhere. I'm going to be crucified like this, like this. She was the most down-to-earth girl. I mean, everybody hypes up celebrity, but most of the time celebrities are cool. It's their assistants around them and all the hype and everything else that actually changes their persona in the thing. I mean, most of you here that have met celebrities would probably agree with me. They're just like us, just doing their job, just doing their thing, but
You must have one diva story without mentioning any names.
Diva story. Diva story. Which one? I've done a lot of faux pas in my history. I was working backstage at Givenchy on his final show, and Audrey Hepburn, the great actress from Breakfast at Tiffany's, etc., was making an appearance at Givenchy's final show. And Alexandre had asked me to, in French, because my French was very poor, as it still is today. You have to take care of Madame Hepburn, plus petit possible, chignon en bas, quelle horreur. I'm looking at him like, and I was waiting for Linda Evangelista. Linda was like the hot it model, and I was the it boy because I spoke English. Everyone else in the French team spoke French only. And being backstage with all the Cindy, Linda, Naomi Campbell, they all wanted me because no one else spoke French. They didn't speak any French. They were all the print girls. Print girls were the girls from the magazines, and the couture girls were from Catwalk. These were the first generation of models that came from print, crossed over into Catwalk. Karl Lagerfeld had bought them out here, and they were doing Givenchy, Chanel, all the big brands. And of course, it was all very important. I built up my name with them. Vogue was covering me. I was the it boy, and I was, no feet on the ground. I was flying through the air. So I couldn't take care of Linda, and I had to go and do this old woman that Alexandre had asked me to go and do. I was furious. And suddenly she opened her mouth and she goes, hello, I'm Audrey. And spoke just like she did in Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I was like, oh, if you could see me now. No. There was no mobile phones to take pictures for my mum. I mean, there was nothing. There was no cameras, nothing. And I said to her, I think it's amazing what you do for the animals. And she said to me, darling, I take care of the children. It's Bridget Bardot that takes care of the animals. I thought I wanted to dig a hole. I wanted to die. I mean, I've done a lot of things in the past like this. So, anyway, so talking about antidotes, about working with celebrities. I'm lucky that I've been exposed to so many people in the West, as well as here in the East. I worked with Anita Moy, as you mentioned before, for so many years, doing all her shows. And I've had some incredible experiences during the boom years of Hong Kong and with Asian canto pop. But most of all, working in Paris with so many celebrity people, Catherine Deneuve, Princess Grace of Monaco. I didn't know who she was. And Princess Grace, and everyone's like bowing, and I'm like doing this, thinking I have no idea who she was.
And Margaret Thatcher, right?
Margaret Thatcher came through in Hong Kong for her big foray into China in 1980, in the 80s, 10 years before, 1987, 10 years before the handover. She went in and fell down the stairs. Remember, I don't know if you remember, for some of you are too young. And she came through and she had this bouffant style that I, had...
Hated.
Well, actually, I didn't hate it. I knew how to do it. But she was frightfully to the point of each hair had to be in place. And it was an experience, I must say.
So she wanted her hair to look the same, but it had
no change at all. She was going into China. We started her hair. I didn't follow her into China, but we did the hair in the morning. And she flew out into China to do the big handover talks. So my hair was all over front page news, so I was like chuffed with that. At the time, it was the first time I was getting major exposure, though no one knew. Now you do.